Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Jeremy, and I'm a professional editor here in Denver, Colorado, and I work at a TV station, and I was super fortunate to get the opportunity to fly all the way to LA and interview the cast of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, and we're really time constricted with our interviews here on the show, so I wanted to be able to share the full interviews with you, so you're there. Have you ever been to Colorado?
I have, because I was there in September for the Telluride Film Festival.
Sure, yeah.
Which set me on the Oscar trail, as they called it.
Yeah, that's right. That's
so,
right.
Yeah, astonishing countryside.
Yeah.
Jaw-dropping.
Do you ski at all?
Yeah,
Well,
I do.
Yeah, you got to come back and do the skiing.
Are you offering a
Sure,
free...
yeah. Stay at my house. You can do all that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There are witnesses here. I'll be there.
Now, this role is, you get to play kind of the bad guy a little bit. Is it funner to play the bad guy in a movie like this? Or?
Yeah, it was great. And in this politically correct era that we're in, where there seems to be no problem with the ethnic, I don't know, matricide, fratricide, whatever you call it, of Brits playing bad people, I'm delighted, because I have no problem with that whatsoever.
Now, I read that, when you were a kid, your biggest dream was to go to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yeah.
So was this kind of like the next best thing?
This is as close as I could get, because I failed all my math at school, and I was 12 when the moon landing happened in '69. Right. So, as you said, I've wanted to be in space my whole life.
Right.
So to go into movie space is the next best thing. So being on this set and being in a spaceship and seeing all the galaxies beyond and all of that was as close as I could ever get.
Christmas is right around the corner. You got all the Star Wars toys coming out.
Yeah.
You got Rey and Finn. I didn't get to see many of the General Pride toys.
There's a little one that's like that size, and I can't remember what they're called. It's got a big head and a little body.
Yeah.
Anyway, there is one.
Well, give me your pitch to the people out there that General Pride is the way to go for the Star Wars under the tree.
Under the tree, get your general. Yeah, as having somebody who's dressed like a kind of SS officer under your Christmas tree in Star Wars is probably the most appropriate Christmas gift you could get. You'd have to be on the dark side to want your Christmas to look like that.
There are people out there.
Go goth.
There you go. There you go. Stepping into Star Wars out of the career that you've had, was that like no big deal, or now, oh my gosh, this is
the biggest deal?
Yeah.
The biggest deal, because to be in the final movie of this, and I also was friends with Carrie Fisher, so it's bittersweet to be in her final movie.
Yeah.
Which is also the final movie of the franchise.
Right.
So there are sort of great emotional strands going all the way through it, but I think more than anything, because it deals with love, loyalty, friendship, treason, betrayal, all the big themes that go through Shakespeare, Greek mythology, the Bible, everything. That's all somehow in the DNA of this movie.
Highlands Ranch.
Highlands Ranch. Hello.
That's right.
Hello.
Yeah. So, do you make it back to Colorado very often?
I don't that often because my parents don't live there anymore.
Right.
I wish they did.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome back anytime.
Thank you.
You gotta come back, class reunion or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Could you ever see yourself maybe moving back one day?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Those mountains are so good.
The secret's out.
Yeah, the secret's
Unfortunately.
out. I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Even downtown is like a whole new thing.
It's
right?
a whole new thing.
Yeah. I've heard.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, we can handle one more.
Yeah.
Being in Star Wars, is this really up to street cred with the kids?
Oh my God, so ups the street cred.
Yeah.
I don't think there is a better street cred. I mean, Star Wars, but kids, adults alike. I mean, this is the one to be in. Everyone knows it.
Yep.
You hear that music and there's instantaneous thrill
Sure.
up your spine, and it was so cool. This was after doing The Americans for 6 years, I feel like this is the fruits of your labor. You get to ask to do these little icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Well, that's pretty good icing.
Yeah.
Right?
Seriously.
Yeah. So I read that you feel like you're horrible at keeping secrets. So my question for you is, what happens in the end?
Well, poison dart in the neck.
Exactly. No, but is that something you were worried about?
Yeah, they are pretty serious about it.
Sure.
With this one, pretty serious about it.
It's only the last Star Wars. No big deal.
Yeah, but I have to say, when you think about it, everything now is so transparent. Everyone shares their whole life on Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff.
Right.
And you see trailers for movies and you see the whole entire movie laid out before you. So it's so, secrets and surprises are so rare. So it's great that they kept it a secret.
Yeah.
Because I love going to see movies where I don't know the end.
That's the worst.
Yeah. And so they do a good job, and I applaud it because there are so few true surprises anymore.
I mean, we don't know a lot of it. Your character is very secretive.
Yes.
What would you say, like, is the favorite attribute?
I think she's a badass and elusive. I think those are the two great parts about her.
Yeah.
Like many Star Wars characters get to be, especially the ones that wear masks, there is an elusiveness, and that's part of their mystique and part of their power in a way. And I think, like, not only did I get to be in a Star Wars movie, but I got to be that kind of character, which is
So cool.
super cool.
Denver, what
Denver,
up?
hi.
Colorado, the
Yeah.
Broncos.
That's
what
right.
up?
Are you wearing the colors?
Oh, am I?
There you go. There you go.
I
You
did
didn't
that on
even know.
purpose, just for you.
Have you ever been to Colorado or Denver?
I have.
No, I would actually love to go to Colorado. I really
Sounds
would.
wild.
Very green, if I'm not mistaken.
I
Am
think
Wow.
it is green. There's a lot of snow.
Yeah, it's like
It's
we get all
snowy.
the
It's like
seasons.
crazy
yeah.
snowy.
Yeah.
I remember last time
Okay.
I was there, which is only once in my life. I was in a van and it was like the snow is like we thought we were gonna die.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And that was the last time she was there.
And I've never been back.
And then I died.
Yeah. We don't know a lot about your character. So what attribute of your character do you admire most about?
Oh, great. She is keen to do what she can for the greater good, and that's something that I would like to think I do. But you know, human beings were fallible, so that to me was something I really liked about Janet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got like some cool outfits and
Very cool outfit.
So
yeah.
A very long cape that,
Such a long
like
cape.
the Incredibles say, very impractical in actual life.
You're not gonna be wearing
Like walking around so cool and then be like,
No capes.
no capes, no capes.
Okay, I wanted to do a little bit of a this or that with you guys.
love it.
Okay. Sith Lord or Jedi Knight?
Jedi.
Yeah, it's a Jedi.
R2 or BB-8?
BB-8.
BB-8.
Sorry, R2.
Better vehicle, Imperial Cruiser or the Millennium Falcon?
Millennium
Oh,
Falcon.
Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Just because the memories, you know?
Yeah.
Wow, of course.
In terms of
It's
like,
a stylish ship as well.
yeah.
Ewok or Chewbacca?
Chewy.
Chewy.
Chewy all the way.
Now the question everybody's thinking.
Yeah.
Old Yoda or Baby Yoda?
Baby Yoda.
Yoda.
Yeah, all day.
So getting into the Star Wars world, did
Yes.
Kelly Marie, like, she give you kind of know what to expect with this whole thing?
Not so much. It was much more like we shared our experiences, and I was saying how I felt, and she was like, "Yeah, dude, I felt exactly the same way." It was nice to get validation
Yeah.
from you and from John and Daisy, and kind of be like, "Am I going crazy?" Sometimes you just need to check in.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, be
Yeah.
like, "Wait,
Yeah,
am
yeah.
I?" You know, and that's always a good thing. It helps you stay really grounded, and I think that's so important on huge projects like this, is to try your best to stay grounded.
Have either of you ever been to Denver? Or
Of
Colorado?
course I've been to Denver. Read my book, I Am C-3PO, The Inside Story. And there's a whole chapter on Celebration Star Wars in Denver, the very first one. Wow.
Perfect. What do you remember about Denver?
No, Denver was the home of the Star Wars fan club back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dan Manson, a resident there.
Very
No,
cool.
an important part of the Star Wars story.
Yeah, very cool. Well, you guys played two of the most iconic characters, but you also can kind of walk around without people being like, hey, it's Chewbacca, hey, it's C-3PO. Is that kind of nice?
It's absolutely charming because people come up and say, you know, they say, are you C-3PO? And we get over that moment.
Right.
And then they generally say, thank you. And sometimes that's all they say. They just say thank you,
Yeah.
or they say thank you for my childhood. And here we have an example of one of those children, because you
Sure.
came in to the franchise having seen it from as a child.
Yeah, or not being born when it was made, and
Yeah, let's
coming-
rub that in. I am.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how lucky I feel to be a part of this, and that the fact that my face is not seen, only my eyes
Right.
are on screen.
Yeah.
But my eyelids and everything is black from makeup. It's just a wonderful thing to be a part in any capacity in this story.
Yeah.
And how lucky we are to have JJ return. The
Yeah.
return of JJ,
Yeah.
it should be called.
Yeah, that's the next sequel. Yeah.
To have him come back and sort of put a button on the whole Skywalker saga.
Sure.
How lucky are we, with or without a mask? We're all lucky.
your voice kind of gives you away a little bit.
It's a little croaky today.
So
Hi, I'm C-3PO. There we are.
So when do you like order like takeout or something like that? People are like, "Hey, is that C-3PO?"
No, because my voice is a little darker, deeper than that. But if I've been doing it a lot on the studio or doing recordings or voiceovers for this or that, I do occasionally hear it coming up here, and I think, oh no, it's the turn it down again.
That's awesome. That's so cool. I got a question for you, Jonas. So, I don't know if you've seen this, but I want to show you a picture of my dog, and he's a little Chewie-esque. But I don't know if you've seen some of these different people who have done these variations.
Yeah, I've seen every time, and I love dogs, and I think it's great that.
Could you see yourself having a dog maybe that looks like Chewie?
I could. We beat the allergy that we have in our family. I'm not allergic. My wife is a little bit, so we'll see. We'll see if we find a Chewy-looking dog that doesn't shed, and maybe we can talk about it.
Cavapoo is what we have, so
that's
the one.
Excellent.
That's the one. John, have you ever been to Colorado or Denver?
No, never been.
Oh man, well come. You have an open invite. Stay at the house.
Appreciate
go
that.
skiing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I need to know what's going on down there. Never been, man.
From your point of view, you've done. It's in the can. It's done. Are you feeling like relieved? What's your overall feeling?
Just a bit. It's been we just watched it last night, so I think for us it's a much longer process.
Yeah, no doubt.
To these kind of like you guys are so lucky that you can just be like, oh, did you like it? Did you smile it? Nah.
No, exactly.
It takes a while because you take it in so much. It's the last one. It's the last time you're going to be working with these people.
Yeah.
Then at the same time, kind of nostalgia as well, thinking about your life decisions led up to this moment. It's a lot to take in.
Now, okay, so let me ask you, before you see the movie, are you nervous at all? Because you haven't seen it, you don't see it last night.
Of course, yeah.
See how it all turned out.
See how it all turned out, watching it like, oh, come on, don't do it, don't. That's natural, we're all going to feel like that before we watch any of our movies anyway, so yeah.
With Christmas coming around the corner, are, the Boyega household, are they getting Star Wars stuff, or is that... Or are they Star Wars out at this point? Like the Finn action figures?
I never got them Star Wars stuff in the first place, but it's only my 2 nephews that I got Finn action figures for. Actually, one of them got it independently. Only one.
Oh.
I buy them stuff that they actually want.
They don't want their uncle's action figures?
My family is not no Star Wars now. They
really?
Yeah, no. Everyone's got different tastes. And, so I have to cater to everyone.
Sure. All right, I'm going to ask you a hard question. If you're going on a road trip, who's the better sidekick? You got Rey, Poe, or the ultimate sidekick, Chewbacca?
Oh, I'm going with Poe. I'm going with Poe on that road trip.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
I heard you guys you got a bromance going.
I mean, we're just super close. We've been and I just think it's the first time you guys have been exposed to it. So everyone's kind of like, they're close. We're like, yeah, man, we've been like this for 6 years.
You wearing his jacket in the movie, of course.
Yeah, man, I mean.
Same size?
I mean, yeah, for some reason, yeah. Definitely not the same size in real life, I'll tell you that. But yeah.
So, you guys got horses in space, Was that a whole thing, like learning, were you around horses at all?
No, I had to learn how to ride, and I actually quite like it. I do it in my personal time now. And it's just through this experience, just for that cavalry charge.
Yeah. Well, we got plenty of horses in Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
That's the West, so come on down for that.
That sounds good.
We're in the home stretch here. The movie's just about to come out. From your point of view, is it relief now? Is it just anticipation, excitement?
It's a happy combo of both things. Definitely relief, and I just can't wait for people to see it, because the work that literally these thousands of people put into this movie is pretty incredible, and I cannot wait for people to see it.
Sure. I saw a quote that you said that you've always liked working on stories that combine people who are relatable with something insane. Where does that come from?
All I know is that when I think about the movies where you have a character that you completely connect with, who then goes through something, that is truly crazy. It was true about most every episode of The Twilight Zone. There was someone who you go, I can imagine being her, being him, and all of a sudden, holy, what the, there's that, I think we all want to go somewhere extraordinary.
Yeah.
And to go there, we need a character that we go, all right, to believe.
Right.
And then they'll take us there. And I think our audience is more typically willing than not to go if they believe that character. that's something we really focused on in this, was to connect you to these people before we throw them into the madness that follows.
I think you absolutely nailed that too.
Oh, thanks.
You said Star Wars like blew your mind as a kid. Was there a moment when you're working on this, whether it's like when you hear the music or editing or on set, where you just look around and you're like, oh my gosh, this is like my whole life?
You'd think it would sort of wear off after a movie, or two, but the truth is that there's something about Star Wars and all those details that you just mentioned that inspire, that stir something, in me that. And I know I'm in good company, that is just still resonant, and it was a thing I was afraid of losing, frankly, working on either of these films. Would I feel like it was no longer, didn't have its power anymore? And the truth is, it really hasn't diminished at all. I mean, it's a different relationship with it now, but it's no less potent.
Yeah. Well, watching it at 4 years old or watching it
I know, isn't it
now,
funny?
it's crazy. You hear
totally
the music, and I think that's just a testament to like why you have all the fans and everybody's so excited.
Yeah, it's a brilliant thing that George did.